Okay, it's a new van build day, day 4, I think, since I've been in Florida. And this morning I've got family coming over, my brother and sister and their spouses. So it's going to be a family day, but I am taking advantage of the time before they get here to do a little bit more work. And I decided to sleep on making my cubby holes last night because I wasn't sure how or if I wanted to do it. And I'm back at it this morning and I think I've got a plan. I did some tracing around the wheel well to get the proper shape and dimensions. I did it on this side, but I actually decided to flip the box. And then I was able to come up with a triangle plan, roughly triangular plan, that I can cut this wood out. I'm going to go ahead and make a flat bottom. And then I'm going to use a piece of 3/8 inch plywood to kind of make a shelf right here that goes the full depth of the wheel well, so we can stuff some things in here and not lose all the space. The space down in the bottom will be dead space, but that's okay. I don't want to lose things down in the corners and have to pick them up. So I'm going to do that, and just to give this a little extra support, I'm using just an extra piece of the plywood in the center. I just glued that down, and when I get some extra screws, I will go ahead and screw it as well. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side, just cut these pieces out. So they'll just be little windows basically into the wheel well box, and I'm going to use some additional wood and probably put some small supports across up here just for extra strength. Don't want to take any chances with my 150-pound batteries. Okay, I took the first corner piece out and I did pre-drill some holes so I could get my jigsaw in there. It's not the most elegant look, but I've got a file and I'll kind of smooth those down, round them out a little bit. And I also had this width set so it's just not quite the width of my saw, so you can see I didn't quite make that line, but I got pretty close. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit this in the van and figure out to cut the shelf as well. Looks pretty good. I have to go ahead and get a shelf in there, get the top on, making progress. All right, I just finished cutting the second side in the category of live and learn. I pre-drilled my holes a little bit further in and then cut beyond them to make clean corners, and it definitely looks a lot better than this side, but I'm a newbie carpenter. I got a lot to learn. I just finished cutting my shelves, and you can see from here that I had to cut kind of an awkward angle like that so that it would adjust to the depth of the wheel well, which actually changes. It kind of slopes down a little bit. So I'm not cutting that at a 45. I just don't have the right tools right now. And this is just a basic little shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue it for now and come back in and hopefully toenail it or screw it to make it a little bit more stable. But I'm going to do both sides and then test fit it on the wheel well, and hopefully everything will look good. I've got my angle brackets in here, a couple of little screws to hold the shelf in. Not the ideal solution, but should give it a little more stability in addition to the glue. Angle bracket in the back that also will help hold the shelf a little bit, and then of course it's going to be resting on this part of the wheel well. So hopefully my cubby holes will work out, and I'm about to fit it, and one way to find out. And it fits, yay! Doesn't look like much from right here, but I'm going to go ahead and put the top on, and then you'll see I have a nice little cubby. And then of course in the back here is going to be faced with the wood that's actually the wall of the van. So I'm excited about that. That little space will make a difference in terms of being able to just stash a few things. Who knows, tools, umbrellas, dirty clothes, we'll figure it out. All right, I am almost ready to install my 2 battery boxes, and they actually screw down with brackets and strap to the wheel well box. But first I'm going to go ahead and take this out and prime it and paint it just to give it some extra moisture protection, and then probably also go ahead and do my insulation and fit my paneling in behind there. It's not mandatory that I do that, but it would be nice. Unfortunately, I do also feel like I'm in a bit of a time crunch because my brother's coming over today, and I won't see him again for 3 or 4 weeks until actually it's time to go back to Atlanta. He is getting ready to take a nice long road trip to some national parks out west. Lucky guy. And yeah, I kind of need his muscles right now because Andy's in Atlanta working and I don't have muscle that I can call on. Maybe my brother-in-law might be able to hit him up, so we'll see. That's my answer to everything. We'll see. TBD. All right, let's get the top screwed on and get this thing painted. I am taking advantage of the fact that my brother is here to watch the St. Pete Grand Prix, and I'm going to use his muscles to get my batteries all situated. They are still in the boxes, and they've been shuffling around my van because they're too heavy for me to lift out, along with the refrigerator and a big box of insulation, which I can move, but I don't have a place for it. So anyway, we're going to get those batteries out of the boxes and onto the wheel well shelf. And what I have done this afternoon is, I didn't have time to paint the whole thing, but I went ahead and just painted the top. It's primed everywhere else. I have secured my little shelves inside the cubby holes, and I've done some bracing inside the box. I don't know if I can show you real quick. Yeah, see, I added some extra corner braces. Now that shelf doesn't go all the way to the top, but that's okay. It's braced, and it's also glued with liquid nails type, flex tape glue, I guess is what that's called. I'll let you know. I have to look it up and see, but it's like a liquid nails adhesive. And then what I had to do for these two Camco battery boxes, they actually have space on the bottom where brackets will fit, and a belt that goes around them to secure them to whatever it is that you're mounting them on. So I have gone ahead and mounted the brackets here. The belt goes underneath, and then once the boxes are on top and the lid is on, they each have a lid like this with space for the cables to come out the back. We will go ahead and put the batteries in and then secure them. So the battery boxes fit like that. Batteries will go inside. The lid on top, buckled up like that, and those will be nice and secure. Now I do have some of these rubber, where are they? Right there, little rubber hooks like that. I bought several of those, and I'm going to go ahead and strap them around the batteries and the box for now, because the box is not secured to the floor. I may take it out and run my nice flooring underneath. If not, I'm going to go ahead and brace it and screw it into the subfloor. But for now, like I said, it's going to be attached to the wall with the rubber straps, and then the batteries will be attached to the box, as you can see here. I failed to get a video of John at work, but he's over there tearing up the boxes for me so we can recycle them.